Could a city hide under a great white sea of ice? Could people have lived long ago where now there is only darkness and cold? The idea pulls at the mind. It sounds like a tale told by a fire on a winter night. It sounds like a myth from a time long forgotten. Yet people ask this question again and again. They are drawn to the immense mystery of the planet's southernmost continent. They want to know if lost civilizations, temples, homes, now sleep silently under the crushing weight of the Antarctic ice. The question is both wondrous, a little frightening. This is a story of facts, myths. What is Antarctica now? It is a continent of ice. A vast white sheet covers almost all of the land, miles deep in some places. It is the coldest, driest, and windiest place on Earth. The wind blows with a force that can tear buildings apart. It is a true desert, but one made of frozen water instead of sand. Only a few thousand people live there, and only for a short time. They are scientists, researchers, support staff, living in small, isolated stations. From space, Antarctica looks like a bright, serene jewel at the bottom of the globe. Its whiteness reflects sunlight, helping to regulate the planet's temperature. For half the year, the continent is plunged into total darkness and even greater cold. It feels empty, like a world that has been paused. But empty does not mean it is without a story. The sheer scale of the ice is difficult to comprehend. This single ice sheet contains about 90% of all the ice on Earth. If it were all to melt, global sea levels would rise by nearly 200 feet. This immense blanket of ice conceals an entire continent beneath it. There are mountain ranges taller than the Alps and vast plains hidden from our view. The ice is not static. It moves, like a slow-motion river flowing toward the sea and creating enormous icebergs. This constant, grinding movement shapes the land below in ways we are only just beginning to understand. If a civilization were to be buried, this is where it would be most deeply hidden. The ice acts as both a tomb and a vault, preserving whatever lies beneath it in a state of deep freeze, but it also acts as an impenetrable barrier. Long before modern explorers reached the South Pole, the idea of a southern land haunted the human imagination. Ancient Greek philosophers speculated about a large landmass in the south to balance the known lands of the north. They called it Anti-Arctos, the opposite of the Arctic. As sailors ventured farther, strange maps and even stranger stories started to appear. One of the most famous and controversial of these is the Piri Reis map, drawn in 1513. Some claim it shows the coast of Antarctica without its ice cap. They argue an unknown civilization mapped the continent before it froze. Later, fiction like H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness imagined alien cities beneath the ice. A city of alien pillars and cyclopean structures half buried in blue ice, waiting to be found. However, most historians and cartographers explain these maps as guesswork and stitched accounts. The southern land on Piri Reis is widely believed to be a creative depiction of South America bent to fit parchment. The stories are captivating, but they are myths, reflections of our desire for wonder. To truly know what lies beneath the ice, we need the tools of modern science. Science gives us tools that can see through the ice. These tools provide real answers, painting a picture of the hidden continent. One of the most important is ice-penetrating radar. It works a bit like a medical ultrasound. An airplane sends radio waves down into the ice. They bounce back from rock or liquid water. Scientists turn echoes into detailed maps of the world that lies beneath. Using this radar, they have made incredible discoveries. The Gamburtsev Mountains are as large as the European Alps, buried under miles of ice. They have found deep valleys and canyons carved by ancient rivers. These maps tell a story of a dynamic world, now frozen in time. Satellites measure surface changes and gravity to infer the rock below. Lasers measure thickness with astonishing precision. Finally, the drill recovers ice cores, time capsules of climate. The long tubes of ice pulled from the depths of Antarctica are one of science's greatest treasures. These ice cores are like tree rings, but for the planet's climate. Each layer represents a year's snowfall. Trapped within are tiny clues, actual samples of ancient atmosphere. From them we learn concentrations of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane going back almost 1 million years, a clear record of Earth's natural climate cycles. Tens of millions of years ago, Antarctica was much warmer, mild enough for extensive vegetation. Fossilized wood, pollen, and even dinosaur and early mammal bones confirm a greener past. Major glaciation began around 34 million years ago and became permanent about 15 million years ago. Our species appeared only about 300,000 years ago. The timing simply does not match for a lost human city. What they have found is shocking. but not in the way legends suggest. Let us continue this journey into the cold. While the search for cities is empty, the search for hidden features has yielded spectacular results. More than 400 subglacial lakes lie under the ice, kept liquid by pressure and geothermal heat. The largest, Lake Vostok, is among the biggest on Earth, sealed for millions of years. Engineers drilled into Lake Whillans without contamination, retrieving water and sediment. To their astonishment, they found life, tiny single-celled organisms surviving in total darkness and extreme cold for millennia. They consume minerals from rock, a self-contained ecosystem. It expands where we think life can exist, on Earth and on other worlds. Maps now reveal vast basins, rugged highlands, simmering volcanoes, and a canyon larger than the Grand Canyon. These are not man-made structures, but they are wonders of the natural world. They tell a geological story just as epic and compelling as any myth about a lost city. These are the real treasures hidden under 2 miles of solid ice. A living planet written in ice and stone. If evidence points away from a buried city, why does the idea persist? Because we love a good story. The unknown is fertile ground for imagination. Antarctica is a blank slate. Theories mix a little real science with a lot of speculation. Old maps become proof, while expert explanations are ignored. Online echo chambers amplify the myth. Our brains see patterns. Pareidolia turns ice and rock into cities and pyramids. Nature can make lines, right angles, and pyramid-like peaks. On-the-ground analysis reveals natural explanations. Real proof follows strict rules, artifacts, context, careful excavation, and peer review. No Antarctic ruins have survived scrutiny. Confirmed artifacts are from modern exploration. The scientific consensus is clear. Antarctica froze long before modern humans existed. The truth, for now, is written in the ice, not in stone ruins. We return to the great white silence of Antarctica. Are there lost civilizations buried under the ice? It is extremely unlikely. Radar and ice cores show a world that was green millions of years before humans. The ice grew over eons, not in a sudden cataclysm that could trap a city. The facts do not align with the fantasy. We have found hidden mountains and canyons, life thriving in subglacial lakes, redefining biology, and a climate record warning our future. New technologies will see deeper than ever. We must continue to look and to ask questions. Approach the unknown with wide-eyed wonder and clear-headed reason. Antarctica's story is still being written, one discovery at a time. The ultimate truth may not be a lost city, but a deeper understanding of our world, and that is a discovery worth searching for.